My name's Amanda. We're here today doing some PEMF, which is pulse electromagnetic field therapy. It has tons of benefits. It can help decrease pain, decrease inflammation, help with range of motion, and just gets these horses feeling good throughout this busy week here at our National O-Mok-See. We're running about 20-ish events, so these horses get kind of tired and fatigued. So we're using my horse right now, Silver. He's 16 years old. He's been doing this for quite a while, and he's still running pretty hard. Last year was the first full year that I had this machine working on him, and throughout nationals he never felt like he slowed down or tended to get tired on anything. So the nice thing about this machine is I have two different sets of loops on. So right now I'm just doing up over his shoulders. It's usually the first position we do. There's 10 different positions that we can do on the horses with these big loops, and then I have the additional small loops that I can do any joints, the stifle, knees, feet, hocks, whatever. And they're on separate dials, so any of the limbs tend to take a little bit more intensity. So I just kind of turn it up here until he kind of either changes his look or sometimes they'll pick up a leg. So you can tell he's starting to feel it, so we'll just kind of leave it at there. When we're at competitions, we only do 3 minutes a spot along the top line. If you do too much, they can tend to get a little too loose and they're more prone to injury. So as we go throughout, I do the whole top line, getting up over the hips and the hamstrings. And then we like to go up and around the shoulder, the neck, and up onto the head. So you can't see a lot of motion right here on this one, but if I move it back, we start to see a little bit more motion in the muscles. Now this is up a little bit higher than I typically would do it, but you can see he's pulsing. A lot of times if they have a problem, whether it's soreness, tightness, whatever's going on, you'll see one side going and not the other side. So if we have one side going, that's usually the more sensitive side if they have something going on. So it's always kind of nice to see, to talk to the riders, figure out where they see a problem in their horse or what they're feeling, and then a lot of times these loops will show exactly the same thing. So he's actually pretty even right here. Getting the same amount of muscle movement and twitching on each side. The nice thing about these big loops is you can come in and hold it or Velcro it under and get a little bit of this rib cage and into the elbow. But let's get it on his shoulder here. Where we can see where he's been having a little bit of problems. He's a little bit more sore on one side or the other. So this is normally like the 6th position I do after going along the top line, but this is a really good one because a lot of horses show a lot of good releases, which they tend to lick and chew or yawn. So there. So if we were in front of him right now, which we can probably get him to step over, we'll see that this left side is going a little bit more than his right. So that could just mean he's a little more fatigued on that side, pulled something, sore, whatever. But it's kind of nice because throughout this 3 minutes here, you'll actually start to see it calm down and match that right side. And the nice thing is just subtle little changes can hit a different muscle here, and we can easily move it off a muscle we don't want it to get as much, because these neck muscles are quite a bit more reactive than down into the shoulder. And I'm trying to get down into this whole shoulder here, so I'll move it down a little. We'll see if he's gonna give us any releases here. He tends to be a little stoic sometimes, not really licking and chewing depending on the day. But yeah, it's just great, like I said, seeing the changes both in my horses and some of the other horses that are running. Some of them get some of their best personal times. They felt better than they have. It's pretty cool to see, so.